Myself, Amitabh Meena, presently Director Technical in NDSA. So welcome to all the participants and good morning. So shall we start?
Yes, we can start.
Yeah. So I'm sharing my presentation because there are so many participants. So we'll take the question answers, Q&A at the last of the after completion of the presentation. And the participants can put their questions in the chat box. We'll be continuously monitoring, and if something is require prompt answer at that time only, we'll respond also.
Just a minute. Means all the participants are able to listen to him. Can you confirm? From participant side, can anybody confirm?
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Amitabh, we can continue.
Yeah.
And this screen is also visible. I hope so.
Is my presentation
Yes.
visible?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Okay. So in today's presentation or this brief session, we'll be covering some of the features of the Dam Safety Act, especially related to the inspections and the timeline for submission of inspections, the basic objectives of the safety inspection, and what are the elements of safety inspection. Especially, we'll be breaking this in three components, like concrete and masonry dams, and embankment dams, and the other concrete structures like spillways and outlets, and some hydromechanical components also. Then we'll be briefly looking at the inspection form sections. We'll not go by each individual question, and then we'll discuss some of the common discrepancies. Then we will discuss some of the common discrepancies identified in the recently submitted inspection reports, and then we'll have the just a look of the template of the logbooks. So, Dam Safety Act 2021, it came into force in December 2021, and as per section 16(1) of this act, this 16(1) section basically deals, it gives an overview or just a passing reference to the inspections. It talks about perpetual surveillance of the dams. So this surveillance includes not only about the inspections, but this is perpetual surveillance, means whatever activities are being done for the safety of the dams, like it includes security of dam also. Like if there is some like security threat to the dam, some unidentified people are like entering into the property of the dam, then all such things covered under this provision of the Dam Safety Act. This subsection B deals with the inspections. Okay, and the subsection C basically is about operation and maintenance of the dams. Besides 16(1), there is under section 18(1), the State Dam Safety Organization shall maintain a logbook or a database for each specified dam. So this is mandated under section 18(1). If we talk about inspections only, so it was under 16(1), and it is in detail, it is mentioned under section 31(1) also. It is under section 31. So section 31 deals with pre and post monsoon inspections and other types of inspections also. So it states every owner of a specified dam shall undertake every year through their dam safety unit. So it means it is the responsibility of the dam owner, okay, to took the safety inspection through dam safety unit. These DSUs are created by the dam owners. And then to undertake a pre-monsoon and post-monsoon inspection in respect of each such dam. The such dam here means a specified dam. The subsection 2 of 31, it also talks about some special inspections, because every year we have to take 2 inspections, pre-monsoon and post-monsoon. And other than that, if there is a situation like during after every flood, or if there is an earthquake or some other natural or man-made calamity, then there is also a need to do the safety inspection. So this special inspection is covered under this subsection 2 of section 31. Now subsection 3, it gives some more details. That it says that the inspection is to be done in accordance with the guidelines and checklist, okay, as per the regulations. So there is a regulation about this. We'll talk about that also. And then there is a very important provision here. It says that at each station, I mean at each specified dam, throughout the monsoon period, an engineer should be stationed at the dam site. So this provision is very important because we have so many dams, and sometimes due to lack of manpower, uh, there may be situations that uh, every dam is not stationed by an engineer. So we should understand that this is now a statutory requirement, and this is very much important for the safety of the structure. Third, this section C, it says that the inspection report should be submitted to the SDSO. Okay, and then SDSO has to comment on it or mark the deficiencies or suggest some remedial measures. Now, we have a regulation which was published in April 2024, and as per that regulation, we have fixed the dates for conducting the pre and post monsoon inspection. As I've told, the special inspection is conducted when the special situation arises, but these pre and post monsoon inspections are to be conducted in a time bound manner. For pre monsoon inspection, we have fixed the date of March. I mean, 2 months have been fixed for this, March and April. So 1st March to 30th April is the time period for conducting the inspection. And 15 more days have been given for submission of the inspection report to SDSO. Similarly, for post-monsoon inspection also, 2 months period have been fixed, which is October and November, 1st October to 30th November of each year. And the inspection report is to be submitted to SDSO by 15th of December. So there may be situations, especially for South Indian states like Tamil Nadu, some parts of Andhra, Kerala also, where we receive the retreating monsoon as well. So in that case, there are queries from those states that they receive the retreating monsoon even in months of December and some parts of January as well. So in that situation, they need to do the post monsoon inspection, the regular post monsoon inspection in the month of October. One second. In the month of October and November, whenever they find the time, because there is the time gap is very little in case of states which receive the retreating monsoon as well. The monsoon ends around September end, and then they have this time October, November. Sometimes the retreating monsoon comes early also, so they have to be little cautious and prudent in this thing, and they have to complete the post monsoon regular post monsoon inspection within this October and November, and then just after when the retreating monsoon is finished, then they can complete their another inspection also, because there may be uh, some problems in the dam during this retreating monsoon. So those could be identified after that. So the term inspection has been defined under section 4M of the Dam Safety Act. This is basically it means on-site examination of any component of a dam and its appurtenant structures. Here, I would like to differentiate between these regular inspections and the comprehensive dam safety evaluation, CDSE, which is also mandated in the Dam Safety Act. It is, I think, from section 38 to 40. It is covered under these sections. So this CDSE is basically, it goes beyond the regular inspections. In the regular inspections, we only see the structural behavior, how the structure is behaving right now, whether it is behaving in a normal way. If it is not behaving in a normal way, then there may be some symptoms which would be visible and could be identified by visual inspection only. So these safety inspections, pre and post monsoon inspections, are meant for that purpose only. Safety inspections also includes like operation and maintenance is being done regularly or not. Gates are machine painted regularly or not. Everything regular maintenance is covered under safety inspections. However, under CDSE, we evaluate the safety of the structure comprehensively. We evaluate the designs. We evaluate the hydrology of the project. We evaluate the seismic parameters also. So these things are evaluated in details under CDSE. So now we'll come to our regular safety inspections. So as I told, the regular safety inspections will now come to the concrete. We'll go one by one. We are covering concrete and masonry dams first. Then we'll go to the embankment dams. Then some other components of the dams like spillway and hydromechanical components, etc. So in concrete and masonry, these are the gravity dams. They uh, they they actually they behave in a certain way because of certain things. One of that factors is the stress and the strains. So dams these concrete dams may face cracks, crushing, or displacements. It's due to cracks, maybe temperature cracks also. So these are because the the underlying stress or strain are going beyond the permissible limits, or there may be due to some cyclicity uh, or some rapid temperature changes. These may occur also. Second thing is the stability. It it also deals with the stresses only, but here we see the stresses are actually they cause the stability of the structure uh, to fail, because if sometimes like there is some cracks in the downstream toe of the dam, or there is some problem in the foundation, then the stability of the structure is affected, and that may lead to the collapse of the structure. So these parameters are like uplift pressure. If that can also exceed the permissible limits, or maybe some there are some vents are jam or something like that. Uh, there may be some differential displacement in the blocks. We'll cover these things in detail. It is just an overview. And there may be abnormal movements and uplifts. Besides this, due to from the abutment sides or from the foundation, there may be excessive leakages or seepage or boils, which may also cause the structure to collapse or fail. Now there are some problems in foundation points earlier also. Like there may be piping is normally not observed in the concrete dams, but sometimes if the foundation is not rocky or not proper, then there may be some situations in the of piping also. Some seepage can occur from the abutment sides also. So for those factors, we have to see the history of shear zones. We should know how where our dam is located, and is there any faults in the strata. Generally this is covered in the CDSE, the comprehensive dam safety evaluation. But if we know it, if we see some symptoms like there is some faulting, rupture, cracks, then we have to go into those factors also. So we'll see uh, some of the phenomena here one by one. In this picture you can see, just a second. Okay. Am I is the presentation going on? Is it visible to
Yes, yes,
everybody?
yes, it is
Yeah.
visible and it is going
Okay, sir.
fine.
Actually, you're monitoring from another PC, but that PC turned off because of power off, so you're not able to see it.
It is clearly visible.
Okay, okay. So this pictorial diagram is a diagram of a arch dam. So this depicts the radial displacement and cracking. So this is the arch dam. Okay, this 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 portion and this portion shifted inwards here. So it may be because of the excessive hydrostatic forces, or it may be failure at the abutment side. This suppose this is left abutment, and this side, if the abutment is not strong, or the rock which is supporting it is not strong and it gives away, then this portion will move leftwards and a crack will develop here. Thereby this radial displacement will arise. So this is a very serious problem. first thing what we have to do, see, the obviously the repercussions is that the dam may collapse ultimately, because it is a very serious issue. What remedial measures we can do? First, see, the cracks are cracks. There may be very fine cracks also, and the very large cracks also. So we have to measure the cracks. Then only we can evaluate whether it's serious enough or what additional measures are to be taken. So we have to measure the crack growth, and then we have to measure the also. If the leakages are increasing and the crack is growing, then the immediate solution what we have is the lowering of the, we have to lower down the reservoir level. We have to empty out some of the waters until we feel it's safe, like, okay, the water level is just below the crack portion, uh, the dam is safe now. Then we can take the remedial measures for filling of the cracks or grouting or whatever if possible. If the damage is uh, like beyond repair, then we have to empty out the reservoir also. The second situation is this, the above one, the radial displacement. The second situation is a vertical displacement. So this is a normal straight gravity dam, and this, as you can see, this portion of the dam is lifted up, and this is lifted, this is down. This was sunk and this was lifted up. So this is mostly because of the, because the crack is on the entire body of the dam. So unless there is some issue in the foundation, it will unlikely to occur. So this is most probably the, if the foundation has been settled, this foundation, if this foundation is settled, then only this will happen. So the first thing, the remedial measures what we can take is the grouting. So grouting, it's not only the grouting of the cracks. We have to do the grouting of the foundation. Okay, so it is the foundation grouting first. Then we have to repair the cracks by whatever chemical epoxy and cement mix we can use. We have to repair the cracks, and we have to measure the seepage very carefully, because seepage is an indicator. It shows the seriousness of the problem. If the cracks are very fine and there is no seepage, we can do the filling of some epoxy without like lowering the dam water level or something. So it depends on the quantity of seepage, what measures we have to take. This is a transverse displacement. This is the water and this is the dam. Okay, there are some cracks develop here. So these are basically structural cracks. It's not because of some foundation. These are structural cracks which which can be repaired. So if the, it depends on the crack is how much deep. If the entire body of the dam has been covered by the crack, then it is very serious, because there, most probably there are some quality issues in the dam construction material. Then we have to take proper remedial measures. We can employ buttresses also, we and then we can fill up the cracks. And if the uh, dam has regained the significant strength or the design strength, then we can reuse also. Similarly, if there are cracks in the abutments and foundation, so this is the dam section. If we can like extend this dam to 3D view, we can see there may be cracks in, this is the left, this is the right abutment, this is the left left abutment. So there may be some cracks in this abutment also, or here also. So these are the causes. These are the causes, and there may be some cracks under the, I mean, sinking of the foundation also. If the foundation rock is not uh, um, strong enough, or it don't have the required bearing capacity, then also there may be some problems with the stability of the dam. So if there is cracks in the foundation, or the foundation is not proper, then there may be some situations of the piping also in the concrete dams. Generally piping is not observed in the concrete dams, but in such situations when the foundation is not uh, adequate enough, or maybe some measures were not taken, or the investigations were not conducted properly, or the entire stretch of the dam was not investigated, some portions were left out due to some hurry, then this situation may occur. And see, the cracks in the foundation may also occur due to seismic activity. So we can't do with the seismic activity. In that case, we have to we have other measures also. We have instrumentation, seismic instrumentation, and the only thing that we can do is to like structure as per the codal provisions. And dam should be, if the dam water level is not uh, beyond the limits, then it is very likely that the structure will sustain the earthquake if it is within the limits. The solution is like, whenever there are cracks somewhere, either in the foundation or in the dam body, the grouting is the only solution we do. Sometimes we replace some material also, and then fill up fresh material. So the grouting of the foundation as well as grouting of the abutment cracks. And another thing what we can do is that if the seepage is uncontrolled, like, then there is this travel path or seepage path is shortened, then in that case we can additional cut-off walls, we can build additional cut-off walls which will increase the path of the seepage and thereby reducing the exit gradient. Okay, so that is one of the measures. And we have to always monitor the seepage. If the seepage is increasing, then it is serious. We have to lower the water level. See, in this diagram, the stability of the structure has been affected, and the dam has been tilted, dam body has been tilted, and downstream movement also occurred. So it is primarily because of the weak foundation. If the foundation soil is not proper, then only this can happen. Obviously the hazard is the collapse of the dam and uncontrolled release of water, which will have devastating impact on the lives of people. The immediate solution is that we should lower the reservoir water level, and we can, if the structure is not very, like, it is not in the situation of about to fail, if it is still salvable, then we can employ buttresses also. Buttresses, we make such structures like here, we make like this. So we make additional pillars like structures to support the dam. These are called buttresses. So this is one of the measures, and we can also give additional structural reinforcement. So these buttresses also are a kind of reinforcement only. In the diagram below, the second diagram, this is a arch dam, and there is like this crack in between. See, this green area here is the right abutment. No, it is the left abutment. We see the left and right of the dam from the direction of the water flow, or we see from the dam water side to the downstream side, and then we see this is the left side, this is the right side. So in the left abutment, this abutment rock was weak, and there was some fault here, some fault plane was there, and then it moves slightly, and then these cracks may occur. So in this case, if this portion slides away, then the dam will collapse like this. Obviously the immediate solution is the lowering of the reservoir water level, and the same measures as I have suggested above, the reinforcing the abutments. These abutments, if we suspect they are weak, we can reinforce them, and there are several measures to do that, and we can employ buttresses also if the dam body appears to be weak. So this picture, the first picture, it shows the misalignment of blocks. So suppose these blocks, they shift away little bit. This misalignment and differential moment, these are similar problems. Uh, Maybe they are probably because of the inadequate foundation support, and what we can do, or the abutment, problem in the abutment. These two problems are there, because of that this happens. The how to like observe this, or how to find out whether there is misalignment or differential movement is there, then we can use this sighting technique. It's just like using total station, we can view, or even from the visible eye, we can see if they are all the blocks are in line or not. So using total station, we can do the survey, and then we can find out. This movement should be, remedial measures should be monitored closely, and buttresses should be uh, employed if required. This diagram, this shows the like some cracks in the downstream portion of the structure. So these cracks, there may be some see, the cracks occur when there are tensile stresses more than the safe bearing, I mean the safe limits, then the cracks develop. There may be some cracks due to temperature variations also, or some freezing and thawing also, but these structural cracks, and if the trend is extremely this trend is extremely important in monitoring cracks. The trend of a crack is its history of change. I mean, cracks, if they are very fine, they're of no serious consequence, but if they are in their size is increasing, then it's very serious. So we have to study the prior inspection reports also, to see whether they are increasing in size, or how they are behaving, and for that we have to keep the proper documentation, and we have to install measuring devices also. We can fix some like crack monitors. like crack monitors are generally simple crack monitors also. They are like scales. We place them here, and they, if the crack is widening, then they break. So one way is that. Another are like little expensive instruments. They are like 2D crack displacement monitors. They can monitor the crack widening also. So the cracks are to be monitored carefully. Now in the diagram below, we see some voids in the concrete. These are the like quality issues. So if there are some voids in the concrete, then the concrete has a void separation or other weakness, usually a thin surface layer separated from the mass. See, these are the voids. So what will happen due to these voids? This layer will separate out, like shown in the um, diagram below. So we have to uh, first we have to use the proper quality concrete mix, and if such phenomena is observed, then we have to do some uh, cement slurry or epoxy surface filling, which can also fix this problem. So these are similar problems like concrete pop outs, like this concrete looks like very porous at the surface, and some concretes are popping out, and the surface looks like this. So these are quality issues mostly, and which can be repaired immediately. This can this can also be caused by the in areas where there is a snowfall, the freezing and thawing can also cause such problems. So these are also similar quality issues. Honeycombing. In some cases, the reinforcement bar is also exposed to the open, and which may cause like corrosion, and so immediate measures should be taken to repair such things. So now come to the embankment dams. So in this diagram, we have shown the various components of the embankment dam. This is the, you all know about this. Most I'm told that most of you are from the field only. You are dam owners. So in embankment dams, due to excessive stress and strain, there may be excessive settlement. There may be like cracks, displacements. We'll cover these in detail in next slides. Okay. So these are, in this first diagram, we can see the longitudinal cracks along the embankment. The uneven settlement between adjacent sections or zones within the embankment. So this can be caused because if there may be some different material was used in this downstream side. Material is generally same, but different batches of the material, the material excavated from different sites, that can also cause such issues. Or there may be some foundation issues here, which can also like uh, weaken this portion, downstream side portion of the embankments, causing these cracks. So the remedial measures are to inspect the crack and carefully record its location. In every situation, wherever there are cracks or excessive seepage, we have to inspect those things. We have to inspect the cracks and we have to measure the seepage. And we have to record the location, length, depth, width, alignment, everything. And effectively seal the cracks with the suitable material at the crack surface to prevent infiltration by surface water. See, if we don't fill these cracks, then what will happen that the rainfall will pour in from these cracks, which will create a separation, and it will weaken the dam by creating another like saturated plane along this crack. So we have to immediately fill these cracks to prevent such things during the monsoon. And we have to continue to monitor the embankment crest for evidence of further cracking. See, in this case, besides the crack, there is some vertical displacement also. So vertical movement between adjacent sections of the embankment. So this is caused by, basically I have told in the earlier case also, due to different materials. This may be probably, and structural deformation or failure caused by structural stress or instability, or by the failure of the foundation. Again, the same thing, like foundation, if it is weak, this may cause this. We have to carefully inspect the displacement and continue to monitor the area. Okay, same thing. Now, in this case, there is a transverse crack. So transverse cracks are caused by uneven movement between adjacent segments of the embankment. Maybe this section settled more than this section, so this crack may occur due to shear stresses. Okay, and deformation caused by structural stress or instability. So we have to inspect the crack carefully. And we have to continue to check the crest. We have to check this crest on regular basis. See this, in this diagram, we have this gully was created. So this may be due to the poor grading or improper drainage of the embankment crest. I mean, proper grading of the material may be one cause, or improper drainage also. This may drainage cause. So what will happen? If the dam has sometimes like overtopped, that may also cause this gully formation. So what we have to do is that we have to restore the freeboard by adding fill material in the low area using proper construction techniques, or regrade the embankment crest to allow proper drainage of surface runoff. If the gully was caused by overtopping, install a properly sized spillway that satisfies current design standards. This should be done by an engineer. Re-establish protective cover on the embankment. See, these are the ruts along the crest. Whenever there is a vehicle movement or something, or some like livestock also move along the over the dam's crest, some path like is made along the grass. So this is due to heavy vehicular traffic or animal trails. Okay. So what are the issues with this? That the some water may stagnate over these depressions, which may percolate down. So this will create separation of zones. Like this zone will remain dry, this will be wet because there will be more percolation of water from this side. So this will create artificial separation in the dam body. And if coincidentally there is some material is also not so homogeneous, then these may develop into cracks also. In the diagram below, there is puddling on the crest. So these are basically small puddles. So the effect is very similar. Water is stagnant in these, and these are generally not very taken very seriously. But if they remain for a long time, the water stagnates there, and this impoundment may cause regularly seepage from this portion, and maybe some material from the dam body may wash out also, which may ultimately lead to some piping also. So the remedial measures is to regrade and recompact the crest to restore integrity and allow proper drainage towards upstream slope. Install gravel or road-based material to accommodate traffic. Perform periodic maintenance and regrading to prevent the ruts from forming again. Similarly, due to some these potholes were created due to some rodent activity. So these holes have also similar effect. These are caused by burrowing animals, and they 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 should be completely backfilled with competent, well compacted material. And we should also initiate a rodent control program to prevent the propagation of the burrowing animal population to avoid future damage to the dam. So these rodent activity, this may also cause these potholes. Sometimes they go very deep also, and if they comes in line with the phreatic line, if they goes into that zone, then it may cause serious problems. So this is like obscuring vegetation. The main problem with this is that this will hide certain, suppose there is crack here. So this vegetation will hide those cracks, and we will not be able to take remedial measures on time. Therefore, this vegetation should be cleared off regularly. Otherwise, this may cause serious problems also. So these are the desiccation cracks. Basically, desiccation means drying, due to drying. So these cracks, you might have seen, like in the clay soils, there are some wide cracks in the fields also. So similarly, due to drying, cracks are developed along the crest or on the body also, they can develop. So these desiccation cracks should, remedial measures should be taken, like in the earlier cases. For other type of cracks, they should also be filled up so that like the rainwater should not go inside the body from these cracks, and it should not form a different seepage path. This is not a like defect crest camber. This is generally capped. We have seen that due to foundation settlement or settlement of the material at the middle of the dam portion is more as compared to the abutments. So what generally people do, they keep the height at the central crest relatively higher than at the abutments, so that when it settles down over a period, it becomes normal. These are some of the defects on the slope of the dam. It's on the upstream slope. So this scarp is formed. This is very steep slope. We call it scarps. Benches are also formed. These benches, it may be because if some sliding has occurred, benches can be caused by that also, or they are generally given by for practical easiness also. So they are given by design also, because whenever we construct the dams, the trucks, they move over and over these benches. I mean, the pathway has been created like this, and the material is placed in layers. So sometimes benches are created by design also. Sinkholes. So see, in this diagram we can see the piping has occurred, and this has the material must have washed away from the downstream, which has caused this piping, and the sinkhole will appear here. The piping of embankment material or foundation material causes a sinkhole. The cave-in of an eroded cavern can result in a sinkhole. A small hole in the wall of an outlet pipe can develop a sinkhole. So these are the reasons. What are the remedial measures we can take? We can inspect other areas of the dam for seepage or more sinkholes, find the exact cause of the sinkholes, check seepage and leakage outflows for dirty water. If the water is coming out dirty, it means the soil is also washing away or going with the piping. So that is more dangerous as compared to clear water. So these are the defects of the riprap. Uh, we have to re-establish the original slope, place bedding and place bedding material. Yeah, place bedding and competent riprap. Include proper filters below the protective riprap, either stone of the right size and gradation, or a geotextile. So a geotextile filter can also be placed underneath this riprap. This case, it is a this slide has occurred of the upstream slope. So the piping of the embankment material or foundation material causes a sinkhole. The cave-in of an eroded cavern can result in a sinkhole. A small hole in the wall of an outlet pipe can develop a sinkhole. So suppose there is an outlet also going on like this. Uh, this is the outlet, suppose. Okay, and if there is a hole in this outlet pipe, then what will happen that initially some soil will go into this outlet pipe. It will flow with the water. Then again it will keep on doing this, and then this piping may occur. So we have to evaluate the extent of the slide, monitor slide, draw the reservoir. If the situation is serious, draw the reservoir level down if the safety of the dam is threatened. So this is the similar situation. Erosion of soil bans riprap. So we have to re-establish effective slope protection, place bedding material. A qualified engineer needs to calculate that's okay. Uh, Depending on the extents and limit, in this another diagram, there is a large horizontal crack on the slope. These are the horizontal cracks. So a part of the embankment has moved because of a loss of strength, or the foundation may have moved, causing embankment movement. So again, this may be due to weak foundation in this portion, or maybe this material was not graded properly. So this sliding happened and these horizontal cracks developed. The solution is that depending on the extent and limit of the embankment involved, carefully draw down the reservoir water. That is one thing. Then only we can compact it again and then place fresh material. These are again desiccation cracks. They may be on the slope also. They can be on the top also, and we have to monitor the cracks. And proper material should be filled into these cracks. But in case of embankment dams, generally the filling of the material should be of similar material, which was we use. We could have used the epoxy and other chemicals mixed with the cement. But in earthen dams, the homogeneity of material is more important, and that will provide more strength. These are animal burrows on the. They may occur on the slope also. So these are caused by rodents. So they should be repaired. In this diagram, this cracked or deteriorated concrete face. So this may be a CFRD dam, I think. The preferred method to protect erode areas is rock or riprap. Re-establishing protective grasses can be adequate if the problem is detected early. Generally, this second diagram. So there is this erosion, huge erosion along the slope. So it may be caused because the water from intense rainstorm or snow melt carries surface materials down the slope, resulting in continuous troughs. So these troughs are created because of the heavy downpour, and maybe some drainage were not proper. So that's why, or the drainage these galleries were not working properly. So these are transverse cracking on slope. These may be caused because of the drying and shrinkage of surface material or differential settlement of the embankment. So these may be two causes. Differential settlement means, as I have earlier also explained, that this portion of the foundation might have settled more, or as compared to this. So more settlement here. So this cracks will develop here because of the shear stresses. If necessary, plug the upstream end of the crack to prevent flows from the reservoir. Okay, and the qualified engineer should inspect the conditions and recommend further actions to be taken. So it is recommended that this first we should plug the upstream end of the cracks so that water will stop flowing down and create further problems. Ultimately, we have to fill up all the cracks and repair them. Similarly, this longitudinal crack is on the slope also. So these are caused by drying and shrinkage of the surface material or downstream movement or settlement of the embankment. If cracks are from drying, dress area well with compacted material to keep surface water out and natural moisture in. If cracks are extensive, a qualified engineer should inspect the conditions and recommend further actions to be taken. We have in several of the problems we have mentioned that a qualified engineer should inspect. So it means like maybe a qualified or the person of the appropriate qualifications is not posted at the dam site. Therefore, he should the person who's posted at the dam site should report the problems to the appropriate authority, or whenever the dam the safety inspection was done, then they may also escalate the problem to the higher authorities so that the appropriate measures can be taken. So similarly, this sliding of the slope is there. This is because of lack or loss of strength of embankment material. Generally, the sliding and all things happened because of basically two reasons. Either because of the improper material was used, I mean not properly graded material was used, and secondly because of some foundation issues. So or this may loss of strength can be attributed to infiltration of water into the embankment or loss of supply by the foundation. So sometimes these situations may arise due to infiltration of water also. If there are some like sinkholes or something, some cracks here, then water may infiltrate down, and then this sliding also can occur. Measure the extent and displacement of the slide. This is always whenever there is some cracks or something, we have to measure the cracks, its propagation, whether it's increasing, widening, and then appropriate measures should be taken. In this case, this slump has occurred. This was limited, but may cause serious issues as well. So we have to inspect the area for seepage, monitor the progressive failure. Always seepage is an indicator which will tell you the condition of the health of the dam. But sometimes it is very late. The symptoms are visible at very late stage, and at that time the dam may fail very quickly also. So it's not like that we have to see the seepage only as a symptom. The cracks and other things are uh, it is a first stage at which we can identify the problems. And then at the seepage stage, these are also the similar problems. This was a sinkhole, and this collapsed on the slope. So again, the similar things like inspect and immediately repair rodent holes and control the rodents, and obscuring trees and bushes on the slope. So as it was in the case of the crest of the dam, the situations may be on the slope also. So remove all large deep rooted trees and shrubs on the or near the embankment. Properly backfill void. Control all other vegetation on the embankment that obscure visual inspection. So vegetation could cause like two type of problems. One thing is its roots. If the roots go deep into the body, what they can do, they can create a path for seepage. Like suppose this is the root, and the the path will reduce, seepage resistance will reduce, and therefore the chances of piping will increase. Secondly, is the obscurance. Like they can obscure other symptoms like cracks or something. So these two, basically, they are the two uh, side effects of these vegetation. Similarly, this rodent activity can be on the slope also. And these, see, this cattle is moving along this dam. So these rut marks, and this path was created, and this can also create sliding and all of the slope. So what we have to do, we have to fence livestock outside embankment area, repair eroded livestock trails with compacted soils, and then revegetate, repair erosion protection, riprap and grass. So this is the piping we can see here. This, but in this case, it is clear water flowing from the point source near the toe. Water has created an open pathway or pipe through the dam. What we should do is to begin measuring outflow first. See, this measurement thing is, if it is very huge flow is coming, then we immediately reduce the water level. We should not wait for anything further, because it is a very serious issue, this piping, and this can collapse the dam within or something very quickly. If the amount of discharge is increasing, the water level in the reservoir should be lowered until the flow stabilizes or stops. So, and then we have to repair this piping hole. We have to repair, inspect the condition, and recommend further actions to be taken. So well qualified engineer should go there, and then he should suggest the measures. If the muddy water is flowing, then it is more serious. Again, it is written that we should begin measuring the outflow quantity, and measurement is very important, because the the, the water flow from the piping hole is very subjective thing. Some may say it is coming very huge, water is coming. For somebody, it may appear very little water is coming. Therefore, measurement is very important to avoid this subjectivity. So begin measuring outflow quantity and providing whether water is getting muddier. If the water is getting muddier, it means it is bringing along with it the soil particles, which will create like very quickly that can collapse the dam. If the discharge is increasing, the water level in the reservoir should be lowered until the flow stabilizes. Or then again, a well qualified engineer should inspect the condition and recommend further actions. But make sure that the water level is lowered, so that the safety issue is not there. We can repair it later, but we can't wait for the dam to fail. It is again water flowing from a point source on high slope. So this may be due to some rodents. So they should also be repaired. In such situations, locate any entrant points on the upstream slope and plug them. Okay, we have to always find the opening on the upstream side, and we can only plug the holes from the upstream side. If we plug them from the downstream side, water will wash that plug soil or material away, so that we can only plug it from the upstream side. So we have to find the opening on the upstream side, and then only we can plug it. If the quantity of flow is increasing, the water level in the reservoir needs to be lowered. until the leak stops. All the same. Again, this time maybe there was some overtopping of the dam, and then these cracks were developed and water is flowing from the crest. So these cracks were developed. So these cracks may be due to severe drying and shrinkage of embankment material or settlement in the embankment foundation. Again, in this case, also plug the upstream side of the cracks to stop the flow. The water level in the reservoir should be lowered. So this was some problem in the abutment um, at the joint of the dam body and the abutment. So water is flowing through pathways in the abutment and water is flowing through the embankment. So investigate the leakage area to determine the quantity of flow. Always the same thing. Inspect daily for developing slides. The water level in the reservoir may be need to be lowered. If this flow is quantity of seepage coming out is high, then we have to immediately lower down the water level. And we have to also see if the abutment, if the abutments are weakening, it's like they are the soil at the abutment or the rock is loose, then we have to immediately lower down the water level, because this is a very serious safety issue. Mark the extents and limits of the saturated area and monitor of the growth of the shrinking. Measure any outflows as accurately as possible. Reservoir level may need to be lowered. Similar things has to be done in this case also. See, if there is some change in the vegetation, then that is also a sign of something. If there is suddenly some vegetation is growing, it means there is a moisture, increase in the moisture. That's why this vegetation is growing at some point on the slope. So that needs to be checked. And there may be some why this moisture suddenly here, maybe some opening on the upstream side has been created, or some rodent hole has been created from the upstream up to this slope surface. So this needs to be carefully washed. Use probe towel to decide if the ground in the area is than in the surrounding areas. If the area shows wetness when surrounding areas do not, a qualified engineer should inspect the condition and recommend further actions. So why these are called? Runoff is being concentrated in shallow depressions which enable vegetation other than grass to thrive. Natural seeding by the wind. Sometimes it may be because of wind also. There may be some change in the seed type during initial post-construction seeding. Similarly, if there is this bulge, like this bulge is showing like dam is about to collapse from this bulge. The material has moved in this direction from the inside and it is about to come out. So this very large bulge is very serious, and if it is also wet, it means it is about to collapse. Compare embankment cross section to the end of the construction condition. Generally, you can identify such things by visible inspection only. But if you have doubts, then compare the embankment cross section to the end of the construction condition and stake out affected area and accurately measure outflow. A qualified engineer should inspect the condition and recommend further actions. Similarly, in this case, see this tampoline effect in large soggy area. The water is appearing at this place. It's not appearing from the slope or somewhere, but it is appearing this little far from the toe. So water moving rapidly through the embankment or foundation is being controlled or contained by a well-established tough root system. Carefully inspect the area for outflow quantity and any transported materials. So we have to carefully inspect if some materials have been transported from the dam body to this. If this is the situation, that it is a sign of piping, then a qualified engineer should do the necessary actions. This is the leakage from the abutments. So in this situation, we have to carefully inspect the area to determine the quantity of flow. If the leakage is coming from the abutments, maybe we have to do the treatment of the abutments, because soil may be loose in this abutment portion. So this is very serious issue, and immediately we have to lower down the water level until the the leakage is stopped or reduced significantly. Similarly, there may be leakage from spillway under drains also. Immediately measure flow quantity and check flow for transported drains. If flow are accelerating at a fixed storage level, yeah, see, the in case of seepage also, uh, if the water level, storage level is same and the flow is increasing, then it's a sign of seriousness. It means the opening is increasing. If the flow is increasing due to increase in the water level in the dam, then that's because of the higher head. So we have to compare the seepage or the like some leakage in comparison to the water level in the dam. It should not, it is not an isolated phenomena. We should see both the things. If flows are accelerating at a fixed storage level, the reservoir level should be lowered until the flow stabilizes or stops. Similarly, this is also a similar situation. Okay, now about the like spillways, outlets, and other components. Basically, we have to see these four things. Crack. These are the structural cracks and structural damages, or maybe these are the on the structure, basically due to some quality issues. Inadequate erosion protection. Maybe on the downstream, the energy dissipation is not working properly. Because of that, there may be damage in the uh, uh, energy dissipation structures, and that may also cause erosion from the downstream, uh, which may hamper the stability of the structure. So now we have moved away from the embankment dams, and we have shifted to other parts. So now we will be covering both. In this section, it will be for concrete as well as for embankment. We have to also see, so these were the like first the structural cracks and the energy dissipation structures, and this is like if the deterioration of lack of maintenance. So if the proper O&M is not done, that is also part of the safety inspection. And there may be some obstructions in the flow of water in the downstream, where like energy dissipation system is there. So if there are obstructions, they may also cause the damage of side walls, etc. You will see that. So these are the uh, like on the spillway channel. These are side walls, and they are damaged. They are damaged. They may be damaged because of poor workmanship, uneven settlement of foundation, excessive earth and water pressure, or insufficient steel bar reinforcement. So maybe some quality issues also, workmanship also, or some foundation issues also. Minor displacement will create eddies and turbulences in the flow, causing erosion of the soil behind the wall. Major displacement will cause severe cracks and eventual failure of the structures. So we have to immediately repair such cracks or so that it will not further deteriorate the situation. The remedial measures we can take, recommendation or replacements should be done according to sound engineering practices. Adequate weep holes should be installed. Generally, we provide in the spillway, we provide uh, some pipes to dissipate the excessive pore water pressure from the structure. So adequate, those are called the weep holes. So adequate weep holes should be installed to relieve water pressure behind the wall. Use enough reinforcement in the concrete. Anchor walls to prevent further displacement. We can anchor these walls also. Okay, we can provide some anchorages, and installation of struts between spillway walls is required. Clean and backflush the drain to assure proper operation. Similarly, there is this large crack. So this is a construction defect, and large cracks without large displacement should be repaired by patching. Surrounding areas should be cleaned or cut out before patching material is applied. Backfill may be removed and replaced with graded filter material. Installation of additional weep holes or other actions may be needed. These are similar measures. So these are the joints. So this joint was displaced. So this is in the channel. So excessive and uneven settlement of the foundation. So if the foundation below this part is weak, then this may also call this displacement. Sliding of a concrete slab, construction joint too wide and left unsealed, or construction joint sealant deteriorated and washed away. So these may be the reasons. So what we can do, construction joint should not be wider than 1 centimeter. This is, all joints should be sealed with asphalt or other flexible materials. Water stops should be used where feasible. Clean the joint, replace eroded materials, and seal the joint. Foundation should be properly drained and prepared. The underside of chute slab should have ribs of adequate depth to prevent sliding. Avoid. Now, in this case, the seepage water exiting from a point next to the outlet. So there may be a break in the outlet pipe. A path or flow from the reservoir has developed along the outside of the outlet pipe. So there may be some hole in this outlet pipe, and water is coming out from that hole into the dam body, and then it is coming out from this side. So what will this will cause that along this conduit outlet pipe, the seepage path will be developed. So this seepage path may cause piping also, further piping also. So thoroughly investigate the area by probing or shoveling to see if the cause can be determined. Decide if leakage water is carrying soil particles. This is very important. If it is carrying soil particles, then it may be more serious. Measure the discharge. If flow increase or is carrying embankment materials, reservoir levels should be lowered until leakage stops. So this was in the spillway. Uh, Cracks and joints in geologic formation at spillway are allowing seepage, and gravel or sand layers under the spillway are letting water seep through the embankment. So what we can do is examine the exit area to see if the type of material can explain the leakage. If the uh, like material is reservoir water only, clear water, or the as the water as it is in the reservoir, the quality is same, then it is not washing away the material, so it's not so serious. However, that should be plugged and repaired. Major flow quantity. If the flow or amount eroded materials increases rapidly, reservoir level should be lowered. Okay, this is also a similar case, but in case of a concrete dam, this was in the embankment dam. So these are some obstructions in the spillway. So these create accumulation of slide materials, dead trees. They create obstruction, and we should clean out debris periodically, control vegetation growth in the spillway channel, install log boom in front of spillway entrance to the intercept debris. This is in the channel, like earth slide in discharge channel. This earth has slided into this. So discharge velocity too high. If the discharge velocity is too high, then this may also happen. It's okay. So we should minimize the flow velocity by proper design, use sound materials, keep channel and bank slopes mild. Okay. In some of the hydromechanical components, like this is the debris struck under the gate. This is the vertical gate, and the trash rack is missing. This may be because the trash rack is missing or damaged. So debris may come to the gates and it may stuck under the gate also. So raise and lower gate slowly until debris is loosened and floats past gate. When the reservoir is lowered, repair or replace the trash rack. Cracked gate. This is the vertical gate, and this gate leaf has been cracked. So we should repair all these things. Generally, in HM components, if there is abnormal wear and tear, then we should also report that in the inspection report and also take like repairing measures. Loose and broken fasteners, cracked, deteriorated, corroded skin plates, structural member, welds, etc. Inadequate greasing or lubrication. These are basically regular repair and maintenance works. They should be done. Functioning of the safety control devices, all safety control valves and control board, etc. These cardium layers on wire ropes, these are some protective layers on the wire ropes. So that should be applied. Tight connections of wire ropes to drums. Creeping of gates due to hydraulic leakages in the lifting system. Okay. So in our inspection form, under G1, hydromechanical components, there are these things. We cover like spillway gates. There are questions related to these. We have already covered uh, the situations in detail. Now just a brief about the inspection forms. So there are questions about hoists, cranes, operating mechanisms, spillway bridge, hoist bridge. So these are just basic English words, and anybody can understand these. And when they go, they can fill the forms accordingly. So condition of walls, trash rack, cleaning machines, pumps, approach bridge, outlets, outlet gates, river outlet. Okay, and there basically in the inspection forms, I've just explained about the G1. Okay, but there are these sections. Overall, section A is about reservoir, B dam and dam reach. This is for embankment dams. C is dam and dam block, dam reach, concrete. So this is for both the dam reach. In case of concrete dams or mason, we use dam block. In case of embankment, we use dam reach. Then there is gallery, shaft and drainage section. Then spillway and energy dissipation. And then intake, outlet and water conveyance structures. Uh, then I've already explained hydromechanical HM component. Then access road. This is also important because in emergency situations, access road should be in a working condition. And then it's about next section I is about instrumentation. So uh, in the inspection report, there is a form which automatically attaches the already inspections instrumentations installed on the dam site. So before filling up the inspection form, we should uh, fill up those instrumentation details so that it can automatically come into the inspection form. Then there is a case section about the emergency. This is about EAP and all. And then inspection, some photographs can be uploaded on the portal. So we have actually scrutinized some of the inspection reports of category 2 dams, which were already approved by the respective SDSOs. Uh, and some of the common discrepancies were found. These are listed here. Some some report inspection type wrongly actually. So as I have already explained that regular inspections are only pre-monsoon and post-monsoon. And whenever there is a situation like flood or earthquake or something, then we have to do additional inspection, that is special inspection. So some of the TSUs, what they choose as inspection type is special rather than pre or post monsoon. So they should care, DSU should carefully choose the inspection type. Otherwise, it will not reflect in our system in the counting of pre-monsoon inspections or post-monsoon inspections. Another thing was the observations of inspecting officer and response selected against respective inspections questions are in contradiction of each other. It means sometimes they write in the inspection response, they select very good. And then they write, like suppose honeycombing there is. So they say very good. Then again they say there is a lot of honeycombing observed here and the concrete quality is deteriorating. So such contradictions should not be there. The options should be chosen correctly. Another was the responses to most of the questions are mentioned as either good or very good, which show no criticality in any of the components. However, dam is categorized in category 2. Sometimes from the inspection questions or the responses, they are good or very good, but dam is categorized as category 2. So they mention in the remarks column the discrepancies or the like the safety issues with the dam, but they don't mention those issues in the questions. So such contradictions should also not be there. Sometimes the column observation and recommendations of authorized inspecting officer was left blank. It is always recommended to mention some remarks, observations and recommendations of the authorized inspecting officer, so that the higher ups, if they see the inspection report, they can understand why you are choosing a particular response. In absence of remarks of inspecting officer, deficiencies mentioned under consolidated health status report cannot be concluded from the inspection report. In some of the inspection reports, consolidated health status report is left blank and neither of the deficiency notice are mentioned nor remedial measures are suggested. So it is always advisable that you should suggest, I mean, in the consolidated remarks, you should mention all the observations, all crucial observations, and also suggest some remedial measures. Major components like dam and spillway crest elevation, some of these components are missing. So they should be necessarily filled. Otherwise, the inspection report will be like incomplete only. Like spillway crest elevation, deepest foundation level, district, etc. So these are the basic details which needs to be filled up in the Dharma portal before the inspection form is filled up. Observation recommendation of the inspecting officer should be provided. That's latitude and longitude of dam mentioned in inspecting reports. In some of the uh, inspection reports, the latitude and longitude are either missing, they uh, filled very correctly, because see, if some higher authorities also wants to check the uh, uh, dam on like Google Maps or some other GIS utility, then this lat long will provide a lot of help, and it should be correct. Incorrect information should not be there. Lastly, as per section 18(1) of the Dam Safety Act, and also there is a regulation that has been passed under section 52(2)(c), which provides for maintenance of logbooks. So this is a basic template of the logbooks. This has been provided in this regulation only. So this logbook contains basic details of all the basic details of the dam, and this should be maintained at all the time. So you all have access to this template. You can go through it. Okay, thank you. If you have any questions, how much time is left? Questions?
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Amitabh. Now they have put some questions in chat box. Amitabh, we can take one by one all the queries raised in the chat box. So from there itself, you can read and you can reply. In the chat box, there are a few questions. I think it starts from at yes, 2 sessions. Just now. Questions are starting from this 11:20. At 11:20, Mr. Upender Reddy has a question, and he asked about what about stone masonry. Before that one is at 10:56. 10:56, CEGC, Muradabad, UP, has asked, please define dam owner. So from there we can start.
Dam owner, see, in case of a private dam or a public sector like CPSU or state PSU, it is very clear. It is the either the private company or the PSU, whichever is the owner. In case of like state governments owned dams, the dam owner is generally the government, state government basically, but the WRD department or the concerned department who is managing that dam, it is considered as the dam owner.
Yes, correct. So as per Dam Safety Act 2021, dam owner has been defined in Chapter 1, Clause 4, at page number 4. That mention that owner of a specified dam means the central government or a state government, or jointly by one or more governments or public sector undertaking or local authority or company, and any or all of such persons or organizations who own, control, operate or maintain a specified dam. That is definition given in the Dam Safety Act. And Amitabh ji has rightly explained it.
Yes, sir. This definition actually it is there, but sometimes the state people, they are confused whether the like WRD is the owner, or the like SE superintending engineer is the owner, or the executive engineer is the owner.
Oh.
Like they are confused in that. So
Okay.
that's why I explained that the department is the owner.
So we may proceed to the next questions. You can read from there itself, Amitabh ji.
Yeah.
Next question in the chat box.
What about?
So please read it loudly, and so that everybody can listen.
This question: what about stone masonry pointing joints rectification?
Yes.
So can the person concerned, can what specifically does he wants to ask? Because in stone masonry dams, like there are pointing joints, they mortar or something is filled up in the joints. Specifically, if there is some problem they are facing, then I can answer.
Yes, Mr. G. Upender Reddy has asked this question. Can you elaborate more, Mr. G. Upender Reddy?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. I am asking about the pointing joints, which are abruptly, the joints are loose in condition and the cracks will be clearly visible to the open atmosphere.
So in the original masonry, which mortar was used? Was it cement?
It's a lime mortar, sir. Lime mortar,
Lime
sir.
mortar
Built in
was used.
ancient period, Kakatiya regime period. That is ancient period. That is 1909. During that dam was built. So that the rectification of the rectification of the mortar joint should be done with lime mortar of cement mortar, lime mortar in 1:2 ratio only.
I think the exact or the
So
specific answer would.
inserting lime mortar into the vertical joints are horizontal lines. That we are already mentioned about the transverse joint and longitudinal joints on the top surface of the crest of the dam and the longitudinal slope of the downstream side, the slope of the dams.
As I can understand, and this pointing, regarding this pointing you have asked, with the same
inserting lime mortar into the joints
yes.
is a difficulty in taking the process, sir.
It is preferably of the same composition. Originally, what was it?
And at the same time, the grouting is also not possible. So because that kind of vertical holes or vertical sinkholes or horizontal sinkholes are not formed. So it is it's a crack width is very insignificant, and the water seepage is very little bit less. So that how we can rectify the joints, and how can we insert the lime mortar into the joints exactly to fill the cavity portion of the dam.
That means that is to be filled with same composition as preferable, always with a fresh mortar where it has been damaged. But as you are mentioning that there is a difficulty in placing the fresh mortar. So we have to and you are also mentioning there is very little leakage from that portion, but we have to do it anyway. We have to do it. We have to fill with the fresh mortar. If we find any damage in the cracks, so we have to find the way out. Other options, I don't think means other options you have. In the long term, maybe this crack will widen up, and this may create further problem. So at this stage, we have to find a way to put the mortar.
Sir, may I add a few lines?
Yes, please. Yeah, please.
In these cases, what is to be done is you have to point, the pointing is to be redone. Inside the voids that will remain, they have to be grouted with some grout. So pointing can be done, not necessarily with the same material, because you don't do nowadays lime mortar. Lime mortar work is not done. So you can do with a stronger material than the parent material, like a cement mortar, or if it's very small, you can even do with epoxy mortar, pointing from the upstream, and then you can drill holes and also grout with cement material or with some admixtures, so that you reach out to all the voids and all the crevices and cracks that are inside the body, and then see that the integrity of the structure is brought back to its original strength. That is the modus operandi normally is done with all the old dams. So first of all, you have to point it with a stronger material than the parent material.
Sir, we did with parent material only, sir. We collect the lime from the Pidurala.
Shouldn't do it, sir. These days, lime material
Lime mortar only,
shouldn't be used, because lime was used when the cement was not there. So nowadays, cement is available, strong cement is available, stronger materials than cement are also available. You should do which is more resilient and more durable.
Sir, one question I'm asking, sir.
Yes, please.
Shall I continue to ask the
Yeah,
question?
please.
Sir, I did with lime mortar, sir. Significantly, the leakage is arrestable, sir. Most significantly, the leakage is controlled, but somewhat the seepage is possible from wherever it is coming is not known to me as, because the dam is filled with up to maximum water level. Even though the leakage is controlled, but in future mortar pointing is feasible. If leakage to be controlled with grouting, the grouting can be make a one hole to on the surface of the crest of the dam to fill the inside the cavity portion of the dam to complete the arrest of the leakages, sir.
Yes, sir. You have done with lime mortar.
Is possible or not? It's because the grouting hole is formed by department itself. Grouting hole is not formed naturally. Actually, grouting can be done if the holes are, if the cavities are formed on the top surface of the crest or the slope or surface of the dam, downstream side of the embankment or crest, embankment or any stone masonry dam or concrete masonry dam itself. We shall made a one concrete, when made a one hole to fill the cavity portion, inside portion of the dam to fill with grouting.
Yes, sir.
Reddy Sahab, one thing I would like to suggest that if you choose some other material rather other than the parent material, then
Sir, the inside is a lime mortar, sir. Inside of the
Yeah.
cavity portion is a lime mortar.
Okay.
How can
But
you fill the with
if
cement
somebody
mortar?
suggests
No,
that you choose
he-
some other material, then the expansion of that material should be carefully chosen, because if the other material expands inside when settled, then that may create some problems.
Actually, bonding with the parent material is very much important here.
Yes.
Whatever the parent material inside the mortar, and that should be preferably done in pointing also. So,
Sir, parent material is a stone actually. We need a bonding for the stones. So cement will definitely work there. And Mr. Reddy said he used lime mortar and it has reduced the seepage. It will definitely reduce. But question is about the durability. How long it will reduce the seepage? It will again reoccur because the material is prone to wash out. The lime material.
No, parent material is not means a stone there. He's talking about mortar used in the parent material for
That's
bonding
true,
the
sir.
material.
But the
That is lime mortar.
with
That
the
is lime
stones.
mortar. And he is talking about the pointing part of the.
My doubt is the inside cavity portion is not visible.
Yeah,
The
you have
inside
to
is
take
a lime
holes.
material.
You have to take
Inside of
holes and then
the
grout
lime
it,
mortar.
grout holes and grout it.
We make a grout hole and prepare, fill it with grouting, sir.
Cement grout, yes.
So,
or
That is
with
my
some
doubt.
admixtures. You can have pozzolanic material with it so that it will also gel with your lime.
Okay.
Lime being pozzolanic material, so it can also gel with the lime if you use pozzolanic cement for the grouting. That also will solve your purpose. Or you can have some other ingredient like fly ash. Also, you can use as a filler if you want to have.
Sir,
So
shall
these
I
things
propose a cement grouting that is to be bond with a lime component in the parent CRS masonry body wall?
Sir, nothing will bond with the lime mortar as such, but your primary objective is to fill the voids there, and such in such a way that the material will not get washed away again. So for
So
that you will
leakage,
have partial bonding with the lime and also bonding with the stones that are there as the stone masonry. So that is how it has to be addressed. Otherwise, the lime, nobody uses lime for the grouting the dam body. Nowhere.
So can I suggest something?
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, please.
Can I?
Yes, please.
Sir, what I think is the first treatment should be grouting using granulated slag cement, and over that you can even do granulating or shotcreting. So I think that will solve the problem.
Sir, no, gunniting and shortcutting has never been successful. The only pointing will be successful because you can redo it. Gunniting and shortcutting will separate out, a septum is formed, and you will not know where it has separated and leakage will start. There are international references wherein the gunniting or septum, upstream septum have been constructed and never they have been successful beyond 4 or 5 years. And then removing those and redoing everything will be so hassle-some that it will not be possible practically. And therefore, these days there are literature that the gunniting should not be done on the upstream face of the dam, whether it is concrete or masonry dam. So therefore, it's only pointing with a suitable material, maybe rich cement or with the epoxy pointing. That will always sustain, and because it will be underwater many times, you will not even know when it has when it has gone away and leakage has started. Therefore, my suggestion would always be pointing only for the stone masonry. And I am a consultant. I am a DSRT member in 4-5 states. Nowhere we prefer or suggest or recommend gunniting. In fact, we have a great difficulty in removing the old gunite which has delaminated from the dam body. So because with mesh it has been made and it's very difficult to remove that, and therefore you will not be able to do these things, rectification things so easily in the old dams.
I think in this
So how
case,
about-
epoxy will be better, will be having a better bonding rather than cement. Although means maybe it will be a little costlier, but
Yes.
epoxy will be a better option
Yeah.
for having a means good bonding strength with the material.
With the pointing, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's correct. That's correct.
Sir,
If,
how
if,
about
yeah, please. Means what I mean to say that if at other places or means any other cases of such type of means case are there, then from there we can take the example. At other places or you are facing this situation only. Means have you seen other sites and have any idea? Means similar thing can be attempted if any other at any other places it has been done.
Sir, as you rightly said, in one of the dam in Goa, it is basically masonry. We were facing this issue, and as you rightly said, we have done epoxy grouting,
Yeah.
and it is successful. Sir. And what I would say, I would repeat myself that the first treatment should be grouting, as you suggested, it may be epoxy. And second would be after successful grouting, it can be the surface can be gunneted or shotcreted, or else you can use some geomembrane.
Then there will be a bonding issue there with the geomembrane and means life of that geomembrane also.
Yes, geomembrane also
that
is
had
not
to be
very
ensured.
successful.
Yes.
But in grouting also, Mr. Rajan sir, I would prefer the initial grouting with cement only, not with epoxy, because it will be very, very phenomenally costly.
Yes,
So
yes.
grout
That will
with
be costly.
cement, and then these days there are admixtures and there are nanomaterials using that, which are much cheaper than the epoxy. Use those to have the fine cracks also will be sealed, and then as a later stage, if you need, you have a epoxy grouting at a tertiary level or at the fourth stage. So you have to have
No,
an
that's why.
upgraded approach. So
Yeah,
that
that's
can
the
be
reason why I think that we could use granulated slag cement because
yeah,
slag is
definitely.
very much. Yes,
It's the best material that you use in the beginning.
yes, correct. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. We have a discussion. Yeah, very good discussion. And now, next question, Tavji, you can take next questions from the chat box. From the
Yeah,
chat box.
it's written. Mr. Akhtar has written that what's regarding of embankment crest. It's like a contextual question. Whenever I was referring to something, he would have asked this. So can
Mr. Akhtar, can you elaborate this thing? What's regarding of embankment crest means what embankment crest means some flood protection embankment or otherwise means what do you mean here? Cracks on the embankment crest are you talking about? Mr. Akhtar is there? We couldn't understand what he is asking. What's regarding of embankment crest? Embankment crest?
May I?
Yeah, please.
When it comes to regrading of the embankment. What is meant by regrading of the embankment?
Regrading of the embankment.
it means, I think, the material, if what poorly graded material was used, then we should like repair it with a regraded material. Grading means like it should be in proper ratio. Like,
so why it is required?
see, if the material is poorly graded, then their strength is very low.
Is there some visible cracks there? Are there cracks or something in inspection report? In the inspection, they have found something to get it regraded.
Ồ, nó là bị xây tiền đi chúng ta đi học bây giờ. Bị xây hành quyền từ đầu phai mà còn phai sẽ stitch for damp.
From participant sides, anybody can explain any what about this regrading of this embankment crest?
Sir, grading will also has another meaning. Grading is a material grading. Grading also means line and level. If the slope and the top of the embankment are not at the design level, you can have that. And also the slopes, if they have become steeper because of the regrading, because of the erosion, or they have become flatter because of the settlement, that also can be regraded so that the section of the embankment is brought back to its design section.
So that required a lot of analysis before doing that.
Yes, it has to be surveyed, sir. It has to be surveyed and then overlapped on the design section and see whether it is deviating from the design section or not. And then it has to be redone accordingly.
Yes. Correct. So can you proceed further? Means next question.
Yeah, next somebody has asked the PPT, copy of the PPT. That
yes, that will take care of. We'll take care of from here. And we'll certainly, we have already emailed, I think just means now we have emailed to all of the participants who have attended.
Okay. Chief engineer from government of Uttar Pradesh has asked about the list of qualified engineer for earthen dams near NCR. So in this regard, I think we have already published a list of qualified list of experts. Yeah. it is CWC website. Yeah.
Also on Dharma. Also on Dharma portal.
It must also be available on Dharma portal. So that list is region wise or what? State wise also there. Domain wise also there. We can move to the next question.
Yeah, next, please, go ahead. Next questions.
Somebody, this Mr. Rajan Kamble, he has asked for sharing the regulations. They are also available on Dharma portal. All have been uploaded on the Dharma portal. All regulations and as well as Act also.
Sir, which section under Dharma? Which?
Just opening the page of Dharma portal.
Yeah.
Before login page, in the download section. You can download from there.
In the download section.
Okay. In the home page only.
Only home page before login.
On home page in download section.
Before login. Okay. Okay.
See when sir, I.
So proceeding further, means next question.
This JKSPDC has asked, sir, as per the dam section 16(1) of the Dam Safety Act, the mandate of dam inspection lies with the SDSO. However, in the section 31(1), it is mentioned that the dam inspection has to be carried out by dam owner via its dam safety unit. Can you please clarify whether okay? So, see, the section 16(1) deals with the, it is like basic supervision of the dam, in which inspection is one of the things, but whenever there is a specific section which mentions about all kinds of inspections, so that section will prevail over the others in this case. So section 31 will prevail, in which it is mentioned that dam owner has to do the inspections through DSU. So it is the responsibility of dam owner through DSU. एक सेकंड निकाल लेते हैं.
नेक्स्ट दोनों की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है सर वैसे तो एसडीएसओ की भी है.
ये देखो
उसमें भी एसडीएसओ लिखा हुआ है.
See, it is the like overall responsibility for keeping the perpetual surveillance, inspections, and like monitoring the operation and maintenance lies with the SDSO. So SDSO has a supervisory role in this regard. This section 16(1) from its language, it is like it is giving the supervisory to SDSO.
तुम्ही काय feedback दिला की?
Our section 31 is specific to inspections only. It gives the responsibility directly to the dam owner, who will bear it through their dam safety unit. See, in other statutes also, whenever there is a confusion in two sections of an act, then the specific sections always prevails. So for inspections, particularly for inspections, section 31 is the concerned sections which will decide.
Sir, can you also elaborate on section 41 of the Act?
41. Now it's not there in the slide. I can read from other sources, but
Because it is related to this question, because who
Okay,
is to be held responsible?
41. So it's regarding offenses. Section 41 is regarding offenses and penalties. So how do you think it's related to this?
If there is any damage to the dam, like who will be held responsible? Whether the dam owner or the SDSO?
See, in section 41A, say whoever without reasonable cause obstructs any officer or employee of the central government or the state government or a person authorized by the national committee or the authority or the state committee or the state dam safety organization in the discharge of his functions under this act, this was A, or B, refuses to comply with any direction given by or on behalf of the central government or a state government or the national committee or the authority or the state committee or the state dam safety organization under this act, shall be punishable with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 1 year, or with fine, or with both, and if such obstruction or refusal to comply with the direction results in loss of life or imminent danger thereof, shall be punishable with the imprisonment for a term which may extend to 2 years. So it says, basically says that whoever is not following the directions of central government or SDSOs or state government is liable for punishment. So it is empowering SDSO rather than see, they have the responsibility also, but this section particularly empowering them.
Comrades,
Altaf,
the
Altaf sir,
onus lies on the owner of the dam, always, to keep the dam
Altaf
safe.
sir, Altaf sir, my question was, who is the owner of the dam?
सर कोई डिस्कशन नहीं कर रहा तो पनिशेबल कौन होगा एसडीएसओ या डैम ओनर होगा क्वेश्चन है
Dam owner.
एसडीएसओ
SDSO has to ensure that the inspection has been done. Okay, it is his responsibility to get it done from the dam owner, but the direct responsibility lies with the dam owner.
Yes. If the owner doesn't do it in spite of instructions from the SDSO, owner is always responsible.
In that
The
case,
basic onus is
SDSO
with
can
the
take
owner.
action against dam owner also.
Yes, yes, sir. You're right.
My question was, who will be the dam owner? As you said, the state government or central government are concerned authorities. As you know, all the properties rest with the state government, and we are the caretaker of it.
Okay.
So,
Sir,
Can you
there
specify
are some dams which are owned by public sector units. Even private persons also own certain dams in our country. So this is dam owner is a common nomenclature for the government, semi-government, public sector undertakings, private bodies, companies, and private persons also. Anyone can be owner in this.
as you say, the dam owner has to do the inspections. So, what does it mean?
So,
To whom you are?
sir, dam owner through a body, through a panel of experts also can get the inspection done. If the officers are doing the regular inspection, CDSC can be got done from the experts, from a panel of experts who will be appointed as per the guidelines given by NDSA.
In
What is
general,
that?
Can you ask specifically? You are asking about which dam, because there should not be any confusion.
sir, yes. My question was at previous it is who will be the dam? As um, I own the Kalagar Dam, Saddle Dam. There
Yes.
is one period.
Your voice is also disrupting.
I am chief engineer there, or
Okay.
there I am expected to visit my all dams as a dam owner, or my action residing there will do the inspection, bring anything unwarranted in my notice, So that's why I wanted it very clarified. Otherwise, it is a state government. State government, there are so many officers. Ultimately, who will be responsible for the respecting the dams? At least we have to point out one now. If all the lands, etc., it vests in the state government or uh, PM and our executive engineer are the custodian of the state government at field. So that's why the dam owners would be very specifically mentioned. Who will be the dam owner? Who has the first responsibility to own the dam?
Sir, there are certain norms in each
My
state
question is
government.
that.
Sir, in
My
each
question is,
state government, sir, may I answer this? In each
Yeah.
state
my
government, there
question,
are norms for small or minor dams. The concerned AEE will do the pre-monsoon, post-monsoon inspection. He will be responsible for that. For medium dams, executive engineer XCN will do the pre-monsoon and post-monsoon inspection, which is verified by the superintending engineer. For major dams, superintending engineer does the post-monsoon, pre-monsoon, and verified by the chief engineer, or it may be one step higher in few states. So each state will have their own norms of who will inspect which dams. Kindly verify the norms in your state that who will inspect the minor dams, who will inspect the major medium dams, who will inspect the major dams. Accordingly,
oh,
the
yes.
responsibility lies within the government. But
Oh,
ultimately, the state government is the owner.
that's all my question.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir, for clarifying all the means this dilemma. I can say this this was the dilemma. Who is the
It is
dam
there,
owner?
sir. Everywhere it is there.
Okay. So, Amitabh ji, proceed to the next question.
It will be useful to the DSUs if some explanation is given on how to fill in details in the inspection format. So basically, he wants that it should be shown in the inspection form. Actually, rather than going from using the inspection form, I have used this PPT because in the inspection form, you won't have sketches and diagrams to explain things. And once you get to know about all the terminologies, then it's not difficult to fill the inspection form.
In the training there are various training imparted in the NWA regarding this, and there are only 3 options in each questions, like the critical deficiency, poor and good.
And for
each option is explained.
using the inspection form, there have been trainings organized by DSA. So the forms were explained at that stage. This webinar was more basically about the concepts and the fundamentals related to the questions. Dasha,
Okay.
can we move?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Second point.
Some details points to be considered by SDS on how to check the pre-post monsoon inspection report submitted by the dam owners.
I think in your presentation, many things are mentioned from this question, and
Yeah.
we'll share your presentation to all the participants. From there also they can get some insights. Otherwise, you can, if you have to say something, you can say.
Basically, previously in the previous form, it was mostly subjective that whatever the important things which relates to the or which leads to the direct collapse or safety of the dam, those points, if they are the response against them is marked as poor or critical, in that case it must go to, if it is marked critical, then it must go to the category 1, or if it's marked poor, then it should go to category 2. However, there is no strict criteria mentioned as of now, and it's left to the dam owners only.
So if done, we can move to the next question.
Please explain logbook in detail.
Please explain logbook. Okay, I have not explained the logbooks in details because they were basic details only. Maybe because of lack of time. If there is some specific part of the logbook or a specific entry which is not clear to the person, then it can be asked.
Next question.
Sir, in Dharma portal, please ask them to give the information related to materials used for the dam. Okay, right now in the Dharma portal, the materials used are not at this stage. We have kept limited details in Dharma portal because dam owners are facing difficulties in filling up those details only. So we'll increase the details in further expansion of Dharma. Right now, if the existing details of all the dams are filled, that is also a good task.
Any suggestion through mail can be sent to us.
And any suggestions also can be sent to us through mail also.
Please say format of inspection report checklist.
I think this also please somebody this Mr. Rajan Kamble has asked from government of Goa about to share the format of inspection reports and log reports and other documentation for monitoring the dam.
सर ये रेगुलेशन जो पब्लिश हुआ है ना उसमें फॉर्मेट दिया हुआ है.
So the format is the inspection reports format is already there in the regulation, so you can check it from the Dharma website. And also like if you when you fill the form, inspection form, there is no separate need for checking the format because the questions are self-explanatory and can be filled in there.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, how to next question is from Mr. Gopal. How to define, categorize major and minor deficiencies? Very is it mentioned that subject you can
Amitabh ji, I think there is some network issue from your side. Amitabh ji, are you listening me? Can you listen to me?
hello.
Your means network was down for a few minutes. So चला गया. Mute कर. I think there is some issue in network from means our speaker side. We are
Hello.
just,
Now I think.
okay. Now it's okay.
Hello.
It's
Yes,
okay.
sir. Sir, am I audible now?
No, you are completely audible and visible also.
Okay. Okay, so this already done. What is the probable reason for seepage in masonry blocks, dams on downstream face, and also suggest remedial measures to arrest the seepage or leakages of downstream face of masonry blocks in composite dams?
Sir, can you just reply to the previous question because there was a network issue?
Okay. It was how to define, categorize major and minor deficiencies. See, in the regulation for categorizing the dams, it has been mentioned that if there are some major deficiencies which may lead to immediate failure, then it should be categorized as category 1. So in this regard, it has been left to the judgment of the dam owners, because see, there are some questions which don't lead directly to the failure of the dam. So the dam owners should apply their judgment. We'll, in the long run, we'll use some AI and automate this categorization process. But as of now, the discretion has been left to the dam owners. Major deficiencies, I think, are those which you think will lead to failure. There may be like EAP is not prepared, or like some other minor issues. So while filling up the form, one can understand that which is more serious or major. It's deliberately left to the discretion of the dam owner.
I think one means topic will be covered, that will be that is on the rapid risk assessment.
Yeah.
That is related to this categorization. Is that
not
related?
not related to categorization. Actually, that is about we have to do the CDSE exercise, na, comprehensive dam safety evaluation.
After that only.
For that, no, sir. For doing CDSE, we can't do CDSE for all the dams. So we have evolved this tool, which will guide that which dams appears to be more risky, not based on the structure itself, but based on the population at risk also. Suppose there is some huge population or settlement in downstream of the dam, so those weightages has been given in this rapid risk assessment, and based on that we do CDSE.
Okay.
So now can I move to the next question?
Yes, you can move now.
What's the probable reason for seepage in masonry blocks dams? So this question, in the masonry dams, the normal seepage comes through the joints of the masonry. But if there is some excessive seepage, sometimes due to old age also the seepage increases. But particular specific answer could be given if I mean it's when somebody can see which dam, after inspection only one can answer.
Sir, hello, sir, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Sir, my joints are intact and even my body drains are significantly working well, but I'm getting on the downstream face seepage. So, what may be the reason, sir?
No, from where the seepage is coming, it must be visible. From the bad river, it's coming from the river foundation or what?
From the main body only, body of the dam. So what I feel is that the joint between the concrete spillway joint and the masonry block.
Okay,
so in the non-overflow section, there may be a PVC filler, no? Whether it gets deteriorated for after a long time?
Yes, these like some fillers or seals, they get deteriorated and they needs to be replaced
how it can be replaced, sir? Because since it's inside.
No, that if something if there is some groove from the upstream phase, if there is
Okay.
some opening, that can be,
Okay.
if plugged, the seepage will reduce.
So what it means, I think though means water seal, you have to, if not completely, we can replace it. Definitely it is inside, but from upstream side, we have to fill the gap with a
Okay.
water seal arrangement. Further, means if Saraj Joshi Saab is there, he can elaborate more.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes.
thank you. Mr. Ganesh, so there are
Yes, sir.
few methods of finding out the source of seepage, from where the water is
Yes, sir.
entering the dam body. Some geophysical
Okay.
methods are there, even suction points you can identify using divers in underwater also. So once you
Okay.
identify the source, then you have to plug
Yes,
the
sir.
source first. And then
Okay.
you have to grout the dam body, which will not
Sure,
only
sir.
reduce the seepage, it will also give the strength to the body. It will completely give the integrity to the structure. So that is
Okay,
how you
sir.
have to have a graded approach. First, find out the source of the seepage, from where the
Okay,
water
sir.
is entering into the dam body. You can't say visually say that the pointing is intact. If the
Okay, sir.
pointing is 100% intact, then water would not have entered. There are some
Yes, sir.
places from where the water is entering. We'll have to identify
Okay.
that source and treat
Okay.
that point on the upstream. And then also, not only that is sufficient, but you will also have to grout the dam body so that the
Okay.
integrity of the structure improves, as well as the impermeability of the structure also improves. That is how you have to tackle this issue.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Joshi Saab. Now, Ms. Amitabh ji, you can proceed the next question.
Okay. So, good coverage on embankment dams. I understand the entire limitation of the time, but dam troops. Yeah.
Amitabh sir, this is
Yeah.
my question only. I would like to reframe the question, because after a lot of discussion, many of these things have been answered. So you have answered many of these issues that I have mentioned here, like upstream phase inspection, how to be done, and all those. In the discussions, these things have been covered. So I would not insist on answering this question.
Oh.
If you want to answer, please go
No,
ahead.
we can move on to in that case. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Only thing left out is the inspection of the vertical drain, porous drains, as well as the foundation drain holes. They have to inspect and see whether the water coming out is clear, or it's muddy water coming out, so that the foundation material is being brought up from the foundation drain holes, and also from the vertical porous drains. The testing of the water has to be done to see that whether the cementitious material is being lost from the dam body. Those things also have to be part of the inspection, sir. That's
Yeah,
my
it was
addition.
only actually overview only, because everything is difficult to be.
Yeah, I understand. I understand, sir. I understand with respect to you.
Okay. One question is how to categorize the barrage of 18-meter height in dam category. So, is this question about whether it is specified, comes under a specified dam or not? Can I?
Namaskar, sir. E category. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I am audible, sir?
Yes.
So ये specified dam की category में है, sir. Or this is in the specified dam category, but it is barrage, not in the dam. But how can we categorize in category 1, 2, or 3, sir?
No, for categorization, the criteria is the same only. If the responses are like, if the response of some questions are poor or critical, then it goes to category 1 or 2. It don't depend on the structure. It depends on the responses of the questions.
Whether it's dam or barrage, sir. We will consider
There
the dam.
actually there is separate questions for barrage. For everything, some questions are common for all. Some questions are different for concrete dams, different for embankment, and different for barrages.
Sir, probably this engineer did not attend the previous session in which the categorization was done. Barrages, weirs, and where how to fill the Dharma portal has been dealt with.
Okay.
And so, if we can refer to those PPTs and those things, the answer will be there.
Yes.
Okay, I share my email, sir. Can you please share the previous PPT, sir, so I can see them?
Yeah, NW is they are sharing this.
वो अभी दास साहब शेयर कर देंगे लास्ट में सब कुछ प्रीवियस वाला
Okay,
भी
sir. Okay, sir. Sure, sure. Okay, sir. Thank you.
I look after this reservoir in Telangana, part of the lift irrigation schemes, which was filled through pump storage and no natural streams of discharge present. And we do not have spillway crest facility present at the reservoir, even though we are asked to fill the details of spillway crest.
सर ये तो इसमें से कैटेगरी में नहीं आ गए तो क्यों रजिस्टर क्यों करेगा सर?
पंप स्टोरेज तो आएगा नहीं।
तो डैम स्पेसिफिकली
I think Mr. Srikar, this response is for Mr. Srikar. Right now, as per the definition of dam, under the Dam Safety Act, the structure should be on a river stream. Then only it is classified as dam, whether it's specified or not, but it's not classified as dam. So normally it should not be required for such PS pump storage schemes. No, it is not PSB. I think it is lift scheme. No?
Yes. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
no.
myself, I am Srikar, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. We have been to fill the post-monsoon and pre-monsoon report based on the height of the embankment, sir. It was part of pumped storage, which was part of Mahatma Gandhi Kalvakurti lift irrigation scheme, sir. It was not on any natural stream or river. It was enhanced to be a reservoir.
See, if we strictly go by the definition under DSA, then such dams are not covered. However, what is required to be spillway crest details asked to fill the.
अकॉर्डिंग टू रिलेशन में नहीं है डैम से चेक के अकॉर्डिंग
If some detail is not available,
not available is an option, sir. It is available in that. You can say not available or not applicable.
Yeah.
No,
because
sir.
there is no spillway here.
Yes, sir. But when we are trying to submit the post-monsoon report without the spillway crest facility, without choosing it, we are not able to do that, sir.
Yeah, it's not taking.
How much is the height?
Yeah.
Height of
Same
the.
question was asked in the previous session also. The Dharma people are changing that. They are doing it immediately.
Deliberately kept spillway so that we can get the level of the crest level of spillway. So, but this is, but the PSP type project are not under jurisdiction of dam safety.
PSP नहीं है देख लेते हैं इसको.
इन सर ये बोले across the river stream नहीं तो definition against सर वो भी नहीं होगा.
नहीं है but I don't know अभी बहुत सारी ऐसी lift schemes आ रही हैं जो.
नहीं आएगी सर क्लियर होना चाहिए PSP की.
PSP नहीं है ना.
नहीं लिफ्ट भी नहीं आएगा across the river.
हाँ ठीक है वो तो. But see if the this impoundment of the water, there must be some natural depression or something. So it must be some river, maybe small or very.
Also, maybe one small tank, sir. It was maybe one small tank was there, which was just with a minimum, but which was enhanced to be a reservoir, sir. Through
so
an embankment was
whatever
formed between
reservoirs
two
are
rivers.
there, na? There is some stream. Without any streams, no reservoir is made because water comes from some stream only. Whether that is very minor stream or whatever. So from that perspective, you can say it's a stream only, on the stream only.
No, right now we have no discharge from any stream, sir. We have no inflow from any stream. Only inflow was through the pumps. No inflow from any streams.
So current discharge doesn't matter for classifying a river as a river because
In
So
fact,
your difficulty is that it's not taking the empty value in the spillway.
in fact means what I think na Amitabh ji जो अभी कुछ कर रहे थे for this off stream river projects for PSP, जो dams are there having a means large impounding there, and they are not included this Dam Safety Act, but means that has to be included, means that is means under process, I think so. I got it from somewhere. So many dams are under construction also, and proposed for this PSP, and similar type of thing he is pointing out here, that that dam is not located on any stream. So what to do? Similar type of, exactly similar type of thing we have, we are dealing in PSP. So this may be in future included in this act also. Yes, have you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The act says that any structure which impounds or diverts water is a dam.
But on the stream, na, it is
Not
also
necessarily,
written.
sir. It doesn't say stream as such. Any structure which impounds or diverts the water will be a dam, and it's 18-meter tall dam, so definitely comes under specified dam.
It comes under a specified dam.
23rd तक बंद है, स्कूल
But
में
that,
stream लिखा हुआ है.
that I think on the stream
23rd तक है
लिखा हुआ
ना.
है कहीं पे, and that creates some
Yeah. Maybe there is some confusion regarding.
न्यूज में है ना, एनसीआर में 23rd तक बंद हुए ना.
कहीं पे ऑन स्ट्रीम भी शायद मेंशन किया हुआ है. We can see it in the act,
Yes,
and that creates some misunderstanding.
But the depression will be a stream. There will be some valley.
No,
There will be some
depression
depression.
cannot be assumed in a stream. Na? Some catchment should be there for any
It
stream.
will definitely have some catchment, sir. When there is a depression, that itself is a catchment. No?
Then
I'm stretching it a bit too far, but this way they can always say, have a definition and then count it under the dam safety.
Actually, we have encountered such type of issue. Many pump storage projects have been planned in India, and maximum of them are on the means off the stream.
They are not
isolated place.
Yes. Pump storage schemes are
huge impounding there, but that is also to be included in the Dam Safety Act, and means I have to discuss with NDSA regarding this.
Yes, sir. They should be included.
Yes.
So the reservoir area itself will be the catchment.
Sir, can I add something?
Yes, please.
Sir, myself, Ronald.
Yeah. Yes, please go ahead.
Actually, sir, the question of Mr. Srikar is regarding the question of a spillway crest.
You were not means audible clearly. So now, can you repeat it, please?
Yes, sir. Actually, in Dharma portal, there is we have to create some tree structure for every structure.
Okay.
Every component, actually, for every component. And if we don't have any for any structure, we cannot create a spillway structure.
In fact, your voice is breaking somewhere. Means we are not able to listen you properly. Means आप लोग सुन पा रहे हैं जो इन्होंने बताया, हम समझ पाए क्या?
Hello, sir.
नहीं sir.
Am I audible, sir?
Little loud. Means you can speak little louder.
Okay, sir. I have given the reply of Mr. Srikar's question in chat box from.
Yes.
Also, answer my question from chat box. You can also
Yes. ये कह रहे हैं क्या, तो इन्होंने चैट बॉक्स में इसका रिप्लाई भी किया है, एंड वी कैन सी जो ये धर्मा पोर्टल पे दिया होगा. If no spillway is there, then do not create a spillway component while making the tree structure in Dharma. What means Mr. Rai was means mentioning, and he has replied the questions.
यही वाला इसका रिप्लाई दिया. अच्छा.
ठीक है ना, next we move करें.
So next question we can go. Next question we can go ahead. Is the how to quantify? अमिताभ जी आप next
Yes.
question पढ़िए.
ये तो reply दिया ना हमने, ठीक.
ये तो reply. Next question.
How to quantify the seepage through earth dam? Earthen dam? Any guidelines? Sir, see, quantify के लिए तो we can install the we know, I mean all instrumentation is there, but there are no limits have been specified as of now that which seepage is permissible, and so we are in the process of specifying those limits. But the state governments are also requested to share their experience. Based on that, we will incorporate those in our regulations.
Okay. So next questions we can take now. हाँ वो तो छोड़ देंगे, मर्चेंट ग्लोबल ने छोड़
Sir,
दीजिए.
IS 112/16/1985 prescribes 2.5 to 5 lieujohns of seepage as permissible.
How much, sir?
2.5 to 5 lieujohns.
2.5
is a definition which is head of the water and also the length, all those things
but
are there.
It's for embankment, earthen dams, or what?
It's general for every structure.
But we have to specify for each type of dam because they are hugely vary among.
Correct. And again, head of the water also, when we say Lujan, it's head of the water, and
it depends on that also.
All these things are built in that. So it specifies 2.5 to 5 Lujans. Normally we practice that. If it is more than 5, then suggest for treatment immediately.
So means we can move to next question, Tabji.
Can the logbooks Can the logbooks be kept as e-logbooks like a database? What is the best material for grouting rehabilitation works in concrete dam? So I think for e-logbooks, it's a good suggestion. They can maintain e-log. Actually, physical logbook should also be there, but they can also maintain e-logbook and take printout or something and keep in a register, or they can upload the logbooks are there in the Dharma portal. So
there is option for if they have prepared.
So under documentation, they can upload the e-logbooks on the Dharma portal also. So that will be useful. Regarding the second part, what is the best material for grouting rehabilitation works? So I think this can be answered by some specialist in the field better. Because nowadays there are so many materials with everyday technologies evolving. And for different purposes and different structures, material also differs.
There is always a site-specific means this grout material design as per the requirement. Further means I think any participants can elaborate further if they have done such type of work. Otherwise, it varies with the means as per requirement of the specific site.
Yes, sir. CWPRS does this grout design.
Grout design, they do it, and
Yes.
and they decide the grout pressure, grout material, everything is decided as per the specific requirement of the site. So
Yes.
it cannot be said here clearly that what material is suitable for means any dam.
True, sir.
True. So we can move to the next question.
Procedure for inspection of interstate dam. Whether DSUs are formed for such dams and where to get this details. For interstate dams, the SDSO is the NDSA, and DSUs. See, even if a dam is an interstate dam, somebody is operating it. maybe joint operation or something. So DSU can be formed based on their, I mean, whoever is operating, DSU should be formed by them only.
Sir, I would like to add to it whether is there any role of the state SDSO?
जो SDSO constitute होता है ना उसमें representative होता है state.
Yeah, in the SDSO, which is the head of the SDSO is NDSA in case of interstate dams, but in the SDSO, representatives of both the states are there. So in the constitution of composition of SDSO, representation is there, and say is there in every aspect.
Sir, any details are there of this DSUs which have been?
Sir, Act may has Kamle sir, the Act gives you the composition of the
Sir, my question is, sir, please listen to my question. Whether NDSA has listed out such interstate dams, and whether they have come out with some notification of DSU, and what is the role of the concerned
we have listed out the interstate dams, and NDSA has also divided the these interstate or CPSU dams in 4 parts, 4 regions. So NDSA has 4 members. So each member is in charge of each of the region, and he's head of the SDSO of that region. And they have formed the SDSO's composition also. There are orders for composition of SDSOs of every region, northeast.
So where could I get these details?
We will mail it to you. You can ask on this email specifically about which dam and which region you are asking about, and then we'll respond.
Okay, sir. Can you share your emails?
Yeah, I'll
type. Write a message नीचे से write.
कौन से डालना?
DI article दोनों डाल. यहाँ पे डाल. DES NDSA. और सर ये लिस्ट जो है उस पे भी अवेलेबल है. धर्मा पे NDSA वो SDSO सिलेक्ट करेंगे तो धर्मा पे अपने आप लिस्ट आ जाएगी.
Please move to the next question now.
Okay. DIR अथवा
DIR DES NDSA.
Two emails I have put in the chat box. Queries can be marked to them.
Yeah.
Okay. So
next question, please.
Share guidelines. कहाँ चले जाएंगे?
Water jet springs. नीचे.
हाँ ये.
Water jet springs.
Water jet springs on downstream side of masonry dam. How to trace that seepage path as correct as possible to take measures on upstream phase, methods, any new technologies in geophysical test. See, the easiest way, if one can, dye test is one thing. You can put dye on the upstream phase. It's 1 second. Yeah. There is a common test that is called dye test, in which we put liquid dye on the upstream phase, and then we see if the color is appearing on the downstream. Then we put the dye on different segment of the dam. Then we observe like this, and from whichever portion that like colored water appears, but I think it is also very impractical if the huge water is impounded in the dam. Geophysical ways, I think minor cracks are difficult to identify. Just.
So from participants, has anybody can explain more on this? or we can move to the next question. Electrical resistivity imaging test, that is a part of this geophysical test. Somebody has replied that that is more effective in this case. So this is a further discussion point. Moving to the next question, Amitabhji. No. Amitabhji, we can move to the next question.
Any machines to find suction points upstream when dam is full? I think this question is not clear to me. Can
any machines to find suction points upstream when dam is full? Any machines to find?
So there are no machines as such. You can send a diver with a ribbon, and he goes on exploring the surface of the dam with grid identified, and wherever the suction point is there, he will notify the person sitting above with a video, and he will note the chainage and also depth and identify that.
So it's about suction for like leakage or something, water.
Yes,
wherever.
yes.
Okay.
That is the meaning of suction point,
Okay.
where the water is entering into the dam body.
Thank you, Joshi Sahab. Now, please move to the next question, Amitabhji.
Hello.
Yeah. आगे बढ़िए दूसरे क्वेश्चन पे. Amitabhji, are you connected?
सनी वो कुछ सजेशन है सर बोल रहे हैं.
No, you are audible now.
Yes. Anyway, okay. The same question is asked. Gangaji Gaya Reservoir in Bihar is made for storing water, and then after getting treated and made it drinkable, it is distributed to various households. It is filled only in monsoon period through pumps. Okay, it is thus like same question as asked earlier. So I think a response can be taken from there.
Yes, please move to the next question.
Please share guidelines and codes to calculate the permissible seepage in dams. Right now, I think Joshi ji has shared or some data about from the BIS. NDSA has not yet defined some permissible limits.
But what Joshi Sahab has mentioned, that we can share.
Yeah. Please share the guidelines for permissible. It is the same again. How can we install instrumentation in old dams such as stress, strain, permeability, etc.? Any methodology for installing? I think we have already done one webinar or something.
So they are limited instrument that can be installed in an existing dam, and we are preparing some documents regarding this for each instrument, that whether that can be installed and how it can be installed, and how the readings will be useful in the safety of the dams. That we are preparing. We have formed a committee regarding this, and will be shared soon with you.
So we are under process of preparing documentation for this, and you can mail us and we will respond whenever the document is available.
Actually, it is very difficult to install in existing dams all these instruments, and whatever documents are prepared by them, this will really benefit all others if we evolve something in this direction. So
yeah, actually not all instruments are possible, but whichever
whatever we can do, that means if he was mentioning, one participant mentioning that they have formed a committee, and definitely means I'll request him to share it with other means also. So moving to the next question now.
It is
sir,
regarding
1 second, sir.
Yeah.
So one question regarding permissible limits. You have mentioned some BIS guidelines. Can you please share the guidelines, sir? Permissible limits of seepage.
Yeah, I told that number IS 1121/6/1985. It gives for
Yeah, sir.
the
Means we
necessary
have
dimensions
exclusively
of
searched the
the dams.
records, sir, IS codes also. We haven't get that. Can you, if you have anything, can you please share this, sir?
Okay,
In the
I'll
group at least.
go through that. I'll just go through that. I will list it somewhere.
Yes, sir. Means orally, means our people also saying some orally, but we need some exact guidelines, sir, for that to compare the seepage limits. We are also
Yes.
searching for that. If someone has that, it would be better if you can share the things here.
Just search this IS code, sir. 11216.
So please note that IS code, what Sab is mentioning, and you can find it. If it is not there, then again you can ask through email to the NDSA.
IS 11216 Code of Practice for Permeability Test for Masonry is the name of the IS code.
Permeability test. Yes.
In that, how much should be the permeability? That is given.
Sir, can you please share for other dams also?
No, as sir said, they have not specified these limits for masonry also. Amitabh sir clearly told that the NDSA is in the process of defining these limits. Until then, this is the one reference that we have. We don't have reference for
Can we use?
सर इसको ये IS कोड को उसमें डाल दीजिए ना सर, चेक बॉक्स पे, तो आके सबको मिल जाएगा.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can we use this for other dams also? The code which
For
you
the
have
time
mentioned?
being, we can use until the NDSA gives us guidelines.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So next question, Amitabh, you please take next question.
Okay. Next is, there was some clarification written on the definition of dam, and we are having an embankment dam with a, this is from Telangana, embankment dam with a height of 10.06 meter, where on both sides 4 number of sluices not having spillway gates and other structures. In Dharma portal, it was having many components. Can it be modified as per required components only? I think when we create the tree structure of the dam, then whichever component we select or add on to the tree, the questions related to those only appear.
In this, can I answer? In this, you can add embankment dam in the tree component, and for weir, you can add spillway component, or you need not to add HM component, hydromechanical, because for ungated, weir are like ungated spillway. So you can add spillway and you can fill the details there. Like this, you can frame the tree structure.
I mean, if there are some unnecessary questions are appearing, which for which component you don't have, then that component need not be added. Only the component which are actually present need to be added, so that the relevant questions only appear in the inspection forms. This is for Srikanji. And now we are moving to the next question. If a structure is not built across the river, but it satisfies the definition of specified dam as per DSA 21, will that structure? I think it is essential.
Article 4 was
4 में है ना, specified में. Dam की definition. नहीं 4 है ना, इसमें dam होगा. See, under Article 4, under Section 4E, the dam has been defined. Once something classified as a dam, then only it can be classified as specified dam or non-specified dam. So definition of dam is as dam means any artificial barrier and its appurtenant structure constructed across river or tributaries thereof. So dam must be on a river or a tributary. So if something is not a dam, then it cannot be classified as specified dam also. Is it clear?
Sir, then water impounding structures which are used for lift irrigation, so that doesn't come under specified dams, no, sir?
Is technically they don't come, but see, if the structure has been man-made, then it won't come. But if some,
it is man-made, no, sir, because we are impounding the water which we are utilizing for.
Then as of now, it don't come under the definition of the dam.
Sir, it's a personal request to please clarify regarding this, sir. Earlier,
No, it is in the act. It is in the act.
It is in the act, sir. When last year it was informed to the, SDSOs that all the balancing reservoirs which impound water also comes under specified dams. So the state of Telangana has included few balancing reservoirs.
No, when was it informed to you that
I will let you know the date and the VC date, sir.
Yeah, please. Okay, then we will. If
notes.
earlier some such instructions were given or some clarification like this was given, then we'll process it.
It's a personal request, sir. There is an ambiguity whether to include, because it was included in the last previous year during updation. Now another version is being told, so we need to at least update again these things. We have a lot of balancing reservoirs, sir, in Telangana state. Yeah.
No, see, balancing reservoir, the term must be, but if that is on a stream, then it
No,
automatically
sir, it
counts.
is not on a stream. That's what, sir. We need the clarification. That's it. It is not on a stream, sir. It is only constructed. It is only man-made.
No, it's not necessarily on the main stream. Maybe some small stream, if there is some.
No,
see,
sir. No, sir.
Okay, there is
cases
no
it's-
trace of any stream.
Yes, sir. Few balancing reservoir exclusively for lift.
Madam, just now Das sir told that it is being considered by DSA and it may be included. Right now, it is not there as that is what Das sir told.
So what decision we have to take, sir? Whether to delete those things which were already included last year?
You wait until the clarification comes from NDSA.
No, you have said that there was some earlier communication for
Yes, sir.
including the balancing reservoirs.
Yes,
Please share with us. We'll then also discuss again.
Yeah, I can tell you the date and the VC which was scheduled.
Also the name of dam and PIC number that you registered as balancing reservoir.
And also share your dam and PIC number you
Sure.
are talking about.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So you'll be sending through mail?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
because we need clarity on this, sir. For the
Yeah.
last
Okay.
2 weeks, we are exclusively we are requesting for this, sir.
Okay. And now we move. I think it's we have covered all the questions. Last question
Yes.
is regarding the permissible limits of seepage. So it's mentioned. It's the answer.
So means we have done now. I think it took almost 1 hour, more than 1 hour to clarify this queries. And this is the beauty of this webinar series, because in hundreds numbers we assemble here online, and then from participants side only we get many dots cleared. So this webinar will definitely be beneficial in sense of that means the number of queries coming from the participants, a number of answers being given by the participants itself. So this is the platform we get exchange of knowledge also, and definitely have a good insights into the topic. Thank you very much, Amitabh ji, for having.
Sir,
yeah, please
small
go ahead.
submission. Can you please request the concern who is looking into the Dharma portal to please rectify the issues, sir? A lot of issues are been, and your deadline is also nearing. So unless the dam safety units upload their monsoon reports, SDSOs cannot evaluate. I know today's topic is different from the Dharma.
No,
So,
what was asked? Can you repeat?
Lot of DSUs are facing still issues in uploading the monsoon
Okay.
reports. So
Can you specify,
we
because the
solve those
person
issues as early as possible.
you send the issues on the mail we have
These
shared
are
na?
being mailed regularly, sir. Mr. Rohit is also in touch with all dam safety units, but still the
Actually
issues.
we are the issues you mail us, we raise tickets to the developer and we are resolving them.
Still few are pending, sir. So you have set the deadline, and in order to complete within the time frame.
No, is the issue very
the issues
crucial for filling up the inspection?
Yes, they are facing problems.
Okay, please share the issue on WhatsApp number
Issues
shared
are
in the
being
chat
shared
box.
individually, sir.
I'm sharing this on.
NIRD, whatever you have sent, it is being shared. But
Okay, please share it again on WhatsApp number. I'm writing on chat box.
Because unless they don't upload, SDSOs cannot
9426
evaluate within the time frame.
377
377
418. Just now number has been shared on chat box. Please share the same issue here also.
Okay,
we will try to resolve it as soon as possible.
So kindly escalate to the concern.
Yeah, I have shared the number. You WhatsApp the issue on this number.
Sure,
It will be resolved early on.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir,
So-
Mr. Meena, can you share your WhatsApp number?
Madam?
अच्छा मेरा
Sure. Already shared over there.
So let us conclude this session with a thank. I give a thanks to all of the participants who have attended this training program, and I really appreciate your patience here. For the last 3 hours we are here and listening to each other, and really it has enriched our knowledge in this sense. My special thanks to Sri Amitabh-ji, who was faculty and who was a speaker of the day. Next I just want to announce that next training and the next session will be provided by our eminent professional. He is officer of Central Water Commission. You might be knowing Sri N.N. Rai sir. That will be on the hydrological safety review of the dams. Next topic is also going to be very interesting, and I request all of you to join us in the next session. Lots of queries raised here. Many have been answered, many to be answered by NDSA or to be modified or to be incorporated in their Dharma portal, or in their something has to be a vital question always there, that if any structure, dam structure is not on the stream, but it has the same or more threat for the potential hazard there, because impounding water is always a potential to it is assumed that is a potential hazard. So that may be included in future. That is the I hope that the under process in the NDSA, and sharing your knowledge definitely benefit us also. And we together will move forward for the next session, and we'll be doing this up to 11th February. So thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you, Das sir and NWA for providing this opportunity to interact with so many persons in the field. Thank you very much.
And my special thanks to Joshi Saab, who has clarified many technical terms also, and which
Thank you,
was
sir. Thank you. My pleasure to be
by all. So my special thanks to Joshi Saab, and thank you all. So I conclude this session, and we'll meet in the next session. Thank you.
Thank you.
One more thing to announce it, that means this link will be same for all the sessions now. So means although we'll be sharing in email also, but this link will be for all the further sessions also. So okay, thank you.